Thursday night. This is the David Kolar Piano Show. Tonight I'm going to be previewing music from my upcoming outdoor house show on September 30th. And first up is this. Irresistible feeling, I can feel my heart beating. Time slows whenever you're near me, but I hardly notice. I can see the look you're giving, what a wonderful beginning. I'll go wherever you lead me, if you let me follow. Then we'll go to your apartment, talk for hours on the carpet, get lost in stories that we started. Like you said, I'm not really the one you would think or even dream of going out with for fun. Ain't it crazy how two kids like us could fall into love while almost looking past each other? And after all, if it's meant to be, it's not unusual to turn 180 degrees and admit to all your friends enthusiastically, I finally found my heart's desire. Irresistible feeling, got a ring and I'm kneeling. Your yes means everything to me, a lifetime before us. I can feel your arms embracing, calming all the fears I'm facing. I know you'll always be near me, a light in the darkness. One last night in your apartment, talk for hours on the carpet, get lost in stories that we started. Like you said, I'm not really the one you would think or even dream of going out with for fun. Ain't it crazy how two kids like us could fall into love while almost looking past each other? And after all, if it's meant to be, it's not unusual to turn 180 degrees and admit to all your friends enthusiastically, I finally found my heart's desire. All the time and the memories often feel like they'll nearly all come undone, 'cause in 100,000 simulations of our lives it will go on, but it doesn't this one. Irresistible feeling, I can feel my heart beating. Time slows whenever you're near me, but I hardly notice. Our first night in our apartment, talk for hours on the carpet, get lost in stories that we started. You would think or even dream of going out with for fun. Ain't it crazy how two kids like us could fall into love while almost looking past each other? And after all, if it's meant to be, it's not unusual to turn 180 degrees and admit to all your friends enthusiastically, I finally found my heart's desire. My only desire. Thank you. All right, welcome. Thank you for joining me tonight on my live stream. Really excited for this one. I'm previewing some music I'll be playing at my upcoming outdoor house show on September 30th. Really looking forward to that. So thank you for all who have joined to check that out, whether you're going to be at the house show or not. If you're not, this is a good chance to just kind of get that a little bit of a mini experience. And if you are, hopefully this will get you excited for that show. And I see Adrian says, aloha from Hawaii. Well, aloha to you, Adrian and Eric. I used to be in a band with them, and really excited that they're jumping on tonight. If there are any of my songs that you want to hear tonight, I've kind of got an idea of what I want to play, or at least some songs I want to play, but definitely open to throwing it out to the crowd. And if there's a particular song you want to hear me play, I'm happy to take those requests. So I think I'll just keep going on with it. I also have a little surprise later on in the show. So hopefully you'll stick around for that. I'm going to continue on. So with the house show, I've done a couple house shows before, back when I lived up in Minneapolis. And how I set those up was I would have an opener play like 35, 40 minutes, and then I would play 2 1-hour sets. The first would be a solo instrumental piano set. So some of the music I write is solo instrumental piano. So I do a set of that, and then a set of my piano rock music. It's going to be very similar or the same this year. And so I'm going to feature some songs from kind of both those sets tonight. And that first one will be in the piano rock set. That's a brand new song of mine called Irresistible Feeling. And I debuted it last live stream, and excited to play it again tonight for you. So the next 2 songs I'm going to play, they kind of go one into the other, is the song Serenity, followed by the song Sanctity. These are songs that I, for years, have played back to back, and these will be part of that solo instrumental piano set. So once again, thank you so much for joining. If there's a song you want to hear tonight, don't be afraid to put it in the chat. But with that, I'll continue on with Serenity and Sanctity. Thank you. Once again, those were songs were Serenity and Sanctity, and Shannon says, I'm so glad this song now has a name. She's referring to the first of those two I played, which is Serenity. For years, I didn't have a name for it, and then polled the audience during a live stream for a name. Got a few really nice suggestions, and actually Shannon suggested the name Serenity, which I think really works really well with in conjunction with the other song Sanctity. So I'm also very glad that it has a name now, and I don't just have to keep calling it that unnamed song in D major. I'm going to continue on here. Again, if there's anything you want to hear, any of my songs that you want to hear in particular, don't be afraid to throw those in the chat. Be happy to take those requests. I think I'm just going to keep on going on with my song The Tunnel, which is another one that'll be in my piano rock set. It was the first single I released off of my debut EP that was released a couple years ago. And yeah, hope you enjoy The Tunnel. It was as if she had known it forever, but forever is only a week. She knew from the start that he'd play a part in the life that she wanted to lead. But while she saw in him a man that she loved, she knew it would all end too soon. Cause they'd be apart, not in distance apart, but in distance across the country. But there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and he knows he's gonna make it through. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and she knows she's gonna get there too. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and they know they're gonna meet there. It was a few thousand miles from where she was, where the man she loved had died. But he had moved on to a city abroad, though his heart was still where they'd met. And while he still knew it was hard for her too, he was more than confident that one day they'd find the stars would align and they'd be together again. Cause there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and he knows he's gonna make it through. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and she knows she's gonna get there too. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and they know they're gonna meet there. Every time he calls her up, he always wonders if she's gonna answer. And every time she goes to pick it up, she really hopes it's not the last time. Why should they worry if they know it'll all be alright? Why do they still question the path for the rest of their lives? Cause there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and he knows he's gonna make it through. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and she knows she's gonna get there too. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and they know they're gonna meet. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and he knows he's gonna make it through. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and she knows she's gonna get there too. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and they know they're gonna meet there soon. Thank you. We couldn't believe it, a tiny gift from up above. The glow on your face let off a million watts of love. She was taken back in an instant, and you started wondering, what are you doing, God? So when the darkness creeps inside of your head, and you're not really sure, as much as you love your daughter, he loves you more. We sat at the graveside, prayed to God, but he felt so far. How could someone so small leave such a deep and lasting scar? It seems easier to move mountains than to hope that God would bring good times from the heart. So when the darkness creeps inside of your head, and you're not really sure, as much as you love your daughter, it's 70 times 7, more than our universe is worth. It's a love that makes the deepest depths of ocean look like a scratch upon the earth. So when the darkness creeps inside of your head, and you're not really sure, much as you love your daughter, when the darkness creeps inside of your head, and you're not really sure, as much as you love your daughter, as much as you grieve her soul, as much as you love your daughter, he loves you more. Thank you so much. So the last one was one of my brand new songs called Loves You More. Again, I'll be playing that one at the show as well. So I hope you like that one. Another song that I'm going to play at the show, even though it's not technically finished, is a untitled song that I'm currently calling Smoky Jazz in G minor. Over the last, 7 years maybe, I have really found myself drawn to writing lengthier solo instrumental piano pieces, somewhere in the range of like 6 to 10 minutes. I think there's a really good challenge of just trying to, have an idea and then expand upon that idea, and just really have the time and the freedom to let the piece come, and as long as it needs to be, it is what it, it's as long as it needs to be. And so I've written a couple movements to still untitled 3-movement piano piece. And those are, one of them's around 6 minutes, one of them's around 10 minutes. Give me 1 second here. And yeah, so I've really enjoyed writing those pieces. And this next song I'm going to play, which is Smoky Jazz in G minor, is kind of in that same vein. I don't know if it's going to be part of that 3-movement work or just kind of its own thing, but I could see it really being one of those pieces that just, is sort of expansive. And it goes, I think right now, even just the few ideas I have are, around 3 minutes or so. So it works as a piece right now, but I do want to eventually expand on it. Before I move on, Elizabeth says, I haven't heard this one yet. Beautiful. Thank you. Really glad you like that. So, with that being said, I'm going to play the untitled piece titled Smoky Jazz in G minor for now. Hope you enjoy this. Thank you. So Adrian says, where the heck was all that smoky jazz deliciousness during the Space Hug days? Obsessed. Thanks, Adrian. So Space Hug was the band that I was in with Adrian and Eric, who now live in Hawaii. Must be tough. um, but yeah, I don't know if I had written that thing before we parted ways, but yeah, that was definitely your guys' band, so I didn't want to intrude too much with too many of my smoky jazz pieces. But maybe when we have a reunion 20 years from now, I can pull that one out. Great. Before I move on, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the show, give some info. So if anybody's watching, planning to come, you have a little bit of info on kind of what to expect. And all that. So before I do that, I'm going to pull up the show poster if anyone hasn't seen it yet. So that'll have kind of the basic information, which I'll talk about, and then I'll pull up a little info sheet that has some more details. So this is this year's show poster. As you can see, the show is Saturday, September 30th. It's 6 p.m. start as far as when people can come. Music will start at 6:30. So hoping with people seeing 6 p.m. they'll arrive just in time for the opening act. So it is at my house, which I'm not posting the address online, but feel free to DM my Facebook band page, and I'd be happy to send you the address if you're planning to come. Yeah, and we're going to have a really good time. We've got a special guest opening, Rachel Jane. She's a college friend of mine, guitar, singer-songwriter. She plays a little piano as well. I was hoping to integrate her into this live stream tonight, but didn't quite make it work out. But I'm going to hopefully post some of her music on my page so people can see that and get excited for her opening. And then, as you'll see there, it says, and featuring Liz Bonnell, a friend of mine, who's going to be singing on some of my piano rock stuff. And in fact, she's going to be the special surprise coming up in just a little minute here. So yeah, the show poster, the first year I did the show, an outdoor house show, I created a poster. And it was a pretty basic poster, nothing too crazy. But I wanted something to sort of not so much promote it, but just sort of have as a memorabilia. And the second year, I spent many hours recreating my backyard as a model. I got some little Lego figurines and yeah, set it all up and shot a picture of it, and that was the show poster for that year. So that was a lot of fun. And had a lot of fun with this year's show poster too. We ended up taking 4 different pictures. So there's 4 different versions of me in here. The close up with me holding the jacket. Oops. The kind of mid shot with me walking with the keyboard, and then 2 far away shots, one me jumping over the keyboard and one with me up in the tree. And yes, I am in fact up in that tree. I climbed up there and sat up there. Got a few different poses, but that was the pose we liked the best. So yeah, my sister Teresa with fullhandsphotography.com, she was the one who came out and shot the photos and photoshopped it all together, made it look really great. So I think half the fun of doing these house shows, outdoor house shows. I've also done some indoor house shows that I've created posters for too, but I think half the fun of these is putting the poster together and having fun with that. So with that being said, I'll pull up the additional info. Yeah, so this is just some stuff to kind of get you prepped. So, like I said, the music will start at 6:30, but people can arrive as early as 6 o'clock. It's sort of like doors at 6, but it's an outdoor thing, so there's not really doors to open at 6. But we're hoping, 6 o'clock, that'll give us time to do some sound checks and stuff and be ready to have people come and get settled in. The parking situation, I'm going to be setting up on the driveway of our house. And so because of that and because of where people are going to be seating, kind of seating area, we're not going to have a ton of parking in the driveway, but there will be some available spots. So there will be spots there. And then there is, we live on a gravel road. People can park on the side of the road. We just ask that we're hoping everybody can park on the house side of the road, just so we can leave as much space for other vehicles to drive through and stuff. It is a fairly well-traveled gravel road, so we just want to make sure we're not impeding anyone's progress down that road. I would highly recommend bringing a lawn chair for seating. You could bring a blanket as well, but I think most of the seating area is going to be on gravel, and so it might not be super comfortable. There is some like grass areas that are a little off to the side of where kind of the stage is going to be. So if you want to bring a blanket and just set up there, that's no problem with me, but I would suggest a lawn chair for optimal comfort. We're doing a suggested cover, $10 per adult, $5 per kid. We definitely don't want this to be something that like impedes somebody from coming to the show. If you really want to come to the show, we're not going to be like, checking or taking money at the door. That doesn't exist. But we're hoping that people will find it worth a few bucks to chip in, help offset the costs for putting on the show. And I think you'll definitely get $10 worth of entertainment over the course of the night. So we'll have some jars around to put your money in. We'd prefer cash if possible. We're going to provide some snacks and maybe some water. Feel free to bring a beverage if you want. We just ask that people drink responsibly and don't be stupid. And then there was another thing I knew I needed to make sure I touched on, and I don't remember what that was. But hopefully it'll come to me. As far as the schedule, 6:30, Rachel Jane is going to be performing. 7:15 will be my solo piano set, and then 8:30 is my piano rock set. So there will be a little bit of time, 10 or 15 minutes between each set for people to get snacks, chat, whatever. So, the other thing that's not on here, but just make sure to dress for the weather. It's going to be late September, so hopefully we get good weather. If it's going to rain a lot, the tentative plan at this point is just to move everything inside the garage. So I think it's going to go on rain or shine. It will go on rain or shine. But yeah, plan to dress warmly. It's always easier to take layers off than to try to put layers on that you don't have. So I think that really is kind of the main gist of it. I'm really looking forward to it again. I think it's going to be a really fun time, and really excited to host my first outdoor house show here at my house. So hopefully that's one of many, and hopefully it goes well. The last thing, was there a last thing? I don't think so. I think we'll just continue on with the music, which is kind of why everyone's here, right? So next up, I'm going to bring on our special guest for the night. So this is Liz Bonnell. She's actually a college friend of my wife, Shannon, and really good musician, really good singer. And let me adjust the camera quickly. There we go. We got you in the shot. So I wrote a song a couple of years ago called Home Base, and thought it would work well as a duet. And so had Liz sing on it for a show I played at Sociable Cider Works in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And it was really fun to do it. And so figured we'd bring it back for this house show. And I don't know if there's much more to say. We haven't actually sound checked or anything, so we'll do a quick level check, make sure things are okay. You got some headphones right down there if you want to throw those on so you can hear everything. Hopefully you can hear my voice.
There it is.
There's your volume controls there.
Awesome.
This way is up, that way is lower.
Gotcha.
All right. So this is, I play this with a loop that I created, a drum and bass loop. And I challenged myself to create a single bass line, but then come up with cool chords over it. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. So we'll do just a quick little check here to make sure that we've got Liz's vocals, and then we'll go for it.
Check, check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2.
Guess we'll go with that for now.
Sounds good.
And your channel 2 here, this is your main volume, so if you, that's your reverb there. So other than that, so if you want to reach over and adjust anything. My really noisy keyboard. All right, this is Home Base. time. It's been since you've been here. My manic pulse is strong, beating on and on. Feels like no escape. With all the pressure here, why can't you be near? Just wanna hear you say, why don't we take a little journey into outer space right now? Our rocket fuel cocoon will blast us a million miles away. And if we ever think a member of a crew might float away, we'll touch back down, go through the clouds to our home base. Stars fade into the distance. Light years, centuries pass. Is there anyone out there who knows? I wish I could ask.
I can sense you're feeling uneasy. How can I even help you when you're nowhere near? Just remember when we were 9, 10, and play outside all day. Studying sand to dread monsters in our head. That's when we used to say,
Why don't we take a little journey into outer space right now? A rocket fuel cocoon will blast us a million miles away. And if we ever think a member of a crew might float away, we'll touch back down, float through the clouds to our home base. Stars fade into the distance. Light years, centuries pass. Is there anyone out there who knows? I wish I could ask. Why don't we take a little journey into outer space right now? A rocket fuel cocoon will blast us a million miles away. And if we ever think a member of a crew might float away, we'll touch back down, go through the clouds to our home base. Yeah.
why don't we take a little journey into outer space right now? Our rocket fuel cocoon will blast a million miles
And if we ever think a member of a crew might float away, we'll touch back down, float through the clouds to our home base. We'll touch back down, go through the clouds to our home base. Thank you. And thanks to Liz Bonnell. Let's give her a big hand.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So that's something you can hear if you come to the show. Hopefully the mix sounded good out there. It sounded pretty good in my headphones. So once again, thank you, Liz, for joining me tonight and for singing at the show. The plan is to have her sing on a few other songs as well. So yeah, really looking forward to that. All right. With that being said, just got a few plugs before I play my last song. So if you aren't aware, I re-upload all these live streams to YouTube. So if you wouldn't mind going to my YouTube channel, David Kolar Music, and giving it a subscribe if you haven't already, that would be much appreciated. I'm trying to grow my audience over there as well. If you haven't liked or subscribed to my Facebook page, go ahead and do that. You can stay up to date on all the happenings, including the house show. And you can find the house show event, Facebook event over there, and stay up to date on all the details. And with that being said, the last song I'm going to play is a kind of a crowd favorite of mine called I Want to Start a Band. I'll throw up the YouTube link before I play this one. But other than that, thanks again so much for joining me tonight. I really had a lot of fun. Hope you did too. And I'll see you on the next go-around, and hopefully at the Outdoor House Show. My parents sat me down last night, and they said, son, what are you gonna do with your life? I said, can't you see, there's only one thing for me. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I wanna start a band, get some friends who wanna jam, then we'll make a cheap CD and say we sound like Bruce Springsteen. We'll play a couple shows for people none of us know, and they'll cheer loudly till we hit our first note. Still, I want to start a band. My friends said, dude, you must be crazy. It's not your bad, it's just you're so darn lazy. I said, if you jam with me, I think that we can be the greatest jam band in the world. I want to start a band, get a 15-seater van, then we'll start to slowly see just how foolish we can be. We'll lose most of our dough and our header sides will blow. Oh, we're on tour and our gas is running low. Still, I want to start a band. Start a band, we'll be big in Japan, then the rest of overseas will want to buy our new CDs. We're just average Joes who will one day play as pros in rock arenas where everybody goes. That's why I want, we'll have to make a concept album about the terrible misfortunes of this, our great society. The critics will start to hate us, but our fans will continue to praise us. We'll finally secure some guest appearances on late night TV. I want to start a band, then all across our land we'll live in immortality as the greatest band to ever be. Our tale will be told to all people young and old, and we get in the Hall of Fame of rock and Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Hope you had fun and enjoyed the show. I'll see you next time.